How is it possible to live in the US for 30 years and still speak with a heavy accent? It happens to a lot of people, but there's actually some good news in this. So today I'm going to show you why this happens, and more importantly, how you can avoid this and start confidently speaking like somebody who is competent and credible and doesn't sound like they just arrived in the US like 20 minutes ago. Hi, I'm Ben Latour, and since 2017, I've been helping non-native English speakers sound and feel confident in their communication. Through targeted feedback, strategies, and mindset shifts, I helped over 100 clients become clear and impactful speakers. So today I want to talk about why some people hold on to their accents for decades and what you can do to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Many people assume that living in the US long enough will naturally reduce their accent, but that's not true for everyone. The real reason people hold on to their accent for such a long time is usually lack of proper feedback. Most people around you, whether it's friends, colleagues, or even strangers, will not correct you. They're trying to be polite, and even when somebody does try to correct you, it's often not helpful because they might not know how to explain exactly what's wrong. How many times has somebody corrected you and then you thought, "That's what I said"? It's not that you're not trying, but your brain has learned to categorize sounds based on your native language. And some differences, like sheet and shit, might actually sound the same to you. So without clear feedback and concrete help to make the changes, you're going to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again without realizing it. And over time, these become automatic, which solidifies your accent even more. Kids can often figure it out, but as an adult, it's pretty hard. Now here's where it gets even trickier. If you subconsciously feel like something isn't right with how you're speaking and you don't know how to fix it, it actually creates anxiety. So you get the sense that there's a problem, but you don't have the tools to solve it. This anxiety eats away at your confidence and takes up extra mental energy because your brain is working overtime to stress about the issue. Over time, you'll find yourself avoiding speaking situations or feeling self-conscious, even though you've been living in the US for decades. Another big challenge is that your friends, family, and colleagues, people you speak with regularly, stop noticing your mistake. They've adapted to how you speak and unconsciously decode your English. But the problem is that when you meet new people, so clients, colleagues you don't see every day, they'll often get confused and ask you to repeat yourself because they're not hearing your accent and mistakes, so they actually hear it for the first time. Imagine if I show you a blue object and tell you that every single time it's green. You'll probably start thinking, oh, Ben just says that blue things are green. That's how he talks. But somebody new will be confused because they're expecting blue to mean blue. The same thing happens with your speech. Your friends and colleagues have adapted to your mistakes, but new people don't have that background. So they're going to hear the mistakes for what they are, and they'll get confused. This is why feedback is so critical. Without somebody's skill to point out your mistakes and show you exactly how to fix them, those mistakes are going to continue, solidifying bad habits and actually making it harder to change over time. You need specific, actionable feedback that explains the problem clearly and helps you make those adjustments. Otherwise, you just keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again, even after decades. I'll give you an example with Joelle, a client of mine. She lived in the US for almost 30 years. She had children and grandchildren here, but she still spoke almost exactly the same way as when she first arrived from France. Her friends and family would tease her, and that hurt her confidence, and apps and classes, she tried them, but nothing changed. So when we worked together, we actually took the time to look at what was specifically causing her to sound like this. So the high impact sounds and patterns that were holding her back. We systematically worked through those habits into words and phrases she used daily, and within a few weeks, she was actually able to sound extremely clear and natural. That's the kind of targeted practical work that actually makes a difference. If this sounds familiar, like you've been living in the US for years, but you still feel like your accent is holding you back, that's exactly the kind of thing that we work on with our clients, just like with Joelle. Through clear, actionable feedback and strategies, we help non-native English speakers make real improvements in their pronunciation and communication. So if that sounds like you and you want to fix it quickly, click the link down below to book a call, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. In fact, we actually guarantee that our clients will sound at least 50% more like a native speaker in 3 months or less. Here's why this is so important. Having a strong accent can directly impact your professional and personal opportunities. There's a lot of studies showing that people with strong accents are often perceived as less credible, less competent, and less friendly. Unfortunately, people are less likely to buy from somebody with a heavy accent, especially in comparison to those with native speakers or almost native accents. It's not just about how you're understood, but people will perceive your expertise and trustworthiness differently. And it's not that you lack the experience, but maybe your speech isn't clear enough to easily understand. And it's frustrating because you might be super qualified, but clients and potential employers can struggle and you'll be overlooked to get opportunities that you would otherwise deserve. So if you've been living in the US for a few years, 10, 20, 30, maybe only 5, and you still feel like your accent is holding you back, now is actually the time to take action. Do not wait until you've missed on opportunities over and over again to make a change. You actually don't need to live in an English-speaking country to benefit from the kind of progress that is possible. Most of our clients make huge improvements in like an hour and a half of focused work each week. And all of our clients who follow our instructions see a measured 50% improvement in their accent within 12 weeks or less. Remember, the key is consistent, targeted feedback. So with the right guidance, you can sound clearer, feel more confident, and open doors that might have felt closed before. So you can book a call with us and take the first step. And we'll actually see if we're a good fit, if we can help you. And no matter what happens, we'll show you the best way forward for you in your specific situation to make a lot of progress quickly. And so you can actually feel confident and open those doors. Anyway, hope this is helpful, and I'll see you in the next